Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you can clearly see and hear me. This is Nicola Doppio from HIT, Hub Innovazione Trentino. I'm speaking from Trento, northern Italy. Hub Innovazione Trentino is a technology transfer foundation, and our aim is to foster innovation and technology transfer between research and industry in Trentino and beyond. A warm welcome to everyone this afternoon to the final event of the 2022 edition of the UX Challenge. As you may know, the UX Challenge is an open innovation initiative that helps companies innovating the user experience of digital products and services and human-machine interfaces with the contribution of university students, researchers, and professional designers. So today we are here to present the results of 5 days of work done by 50 selected students with a background in human-computer interaction. And the 9 teams of students have developed solutions to product innovation challenges that were provided by 7 digital and manufacturing companies that were selected in this edition of the challenge. So first of all, congratulations to all the solvers and the companies for having been selected as participants to the 2022 edition of the challenge, and also a big thank for trusting us at HIT and being part of this. Let me now share quickly my screen. There it goes. So this event is currently streamed live on the Facebook page of HIT. So a warm welcome for all the people that are connected on our Facebook page. Everybody now, please make sure you switch off your microphone, switch on, turn on the volume, and enlarge your screen, because soon we will start presenting the results that the team have developed during this week. I'm showing you the agenda of the today event. First of all, I will give the floor to 3 distinguished guests who kindly accepted our invitation to provide their greetings to all of us to make the best of this event. And this session will take place in Italian. After, it will be again my turn to tell you a few more information about the UX Challenge. And then it will be the turn for the 9 teams of students to present their solutions to the challenges provided by the 7 companies that you can already see in this slide. After the presentations, I will give the floor to Giulio Michelon, entrepreneur and co-founder of Belka, for a keynote speech about the way that Belka uses the design sprint methodology. And finally, we will announce the podium and the winner of the challenge. And I'll do that with a special guest who kindly accepted to act as an external expert. Okay, so now I will switch back to Italian e fermerò la mia presentazione per dare la parola al primo dei nostri ospiti. Sono molto felice di dare la parola alla neopresidente di Hub Innovazione Trentino, Yvonne Forno. Prego, Yvonne.
Grazie mille Nicola per l'introduzione e anche per lo slancio con il quale hai dato avvio a questo final event. Sono veramente onorata di poter iniziare oggi con voi questo nuovo percorso e questa nuova avventura. Come ricordavi, sono recentemente stata nominata come nuovo presidente del Consiglio di amministrazione e sicuramente aprire l'evento finale della UX Challenge è veramente un'opportunità importante per me. Devo sicuramente ringraziare tutti i nostri fondatori che hanno partecipato e partecipano attivamente a questa iniziativa, l'Università di Trento, la Fondazione Bruno Kessler e Trentino Sviluppo, ma anche tutti gli altri partner preziosi che hai già citato e che poi nel corso dell'evento verranno nuovamente a essere messi in debita luce. Grazie davvero anche da parte mia ai numerosissimi studenti che hanno partecipato, oltre ai mentori, e si tratta ovviamente di una sfida importante, perché proprio la UX experience è un passaggio molto importante nell'ambito, diciamo, dell'evoluzione di ogni attività di tipo comunque produttivo, non solo nel mondo dell'ICT ma anche nel mondo del manifatturiero. E il fatto che in questa challenge abbiano partecipato anche aziende del mondo manifatturiero è una novità per noi che ci fa molto piacere, e speriamo che non sia la prima occasione ma che ce ne siano anche altre in futuro. Sicuramente la challenge dà l'opportunità per migliorare ulteriormente i prodotti, non solo per quelli che sono i cosiddetti clienti esterni delle aziende, ma anche per gli stessi utilizzatori all'interno delle aziende nell'ambito della produzione. Quindi è sicuramente una sfida con una doppia faccia. Penso che, e spero, e faccio un grande in bocca al lupo a tutti, ma Nicola mi ha già anticipato che sono emerse in questa settimana tantissime novità. Spero veramente che si possa cogliere l'occasione da questa esperienza per poter portare in qualche azienda partecipante qualche innovazione, qualche sviluppo e qualche miglioramento. Noi stiamo lavorando e lavoreremo sempre di più in futuro a favore delle aziende trentine di questo territorio, ma sempre con un approccio di sinergia e di collaborazione reciproca, perché solo dall'interazione, dalla collaborazione, dalla condivisione si possono individuare percorsi di miglioramento, e per noi una delle parole d'ordine è Open Innovation, per cui innovare sempre con lo sguardo verso il futuro in un approccio di miglioramento continuo. Non rubo ulteriore tempo, ringrazio il mio team, dico mio anche perché appunto sono presidente da poco, il mio team ASA 1 guidato da Luca Mionna, nuovamente Nicola Doppio e Daniele Castellan. Grazie davvero a tutti i ragazzi e i partecipanti, un grazie per la partecipazione, un grandissimo in bocca al lupo, e alle imprese trentine l'auspicio che possano veramente fare tesoro di questa occasione e possano nuovamente essere partecipi ai nostri eventi. Grazie davvero per la vostra partecipazione. Io mi tratterrò solo ancora per poco, perché fra pochi minuti si insiederà il primo consiglio di amministrazione della Fondazione, quindi vi dovrò lasciare. Mi trattengo però ancora per un po'. Grazie davvero e buon lavoro.
Grazie molte, Presidente. Grazie. E buon lavoro anche a lei, ovviamente. Darei ora la parola a Massimo Zancanaro, coordinatore della laurea magistrale in Human Computer Interaction all'Università di Trento e Head of Unit I3 alla Fondazione Bruno Kessler. Massimo.
Grazie Nicola, grazie anche di aver organizzato, di organizzare ogni anno questa challenge interessante, e io penso estremamente utile per due motivi. Appunto, da una parte perché io ritengo che la UX Experience oggi sia uno degli aspetti fondamentali, appunto come diceva Ivan Forno, non solo nell'ICT, in tutta la tecnologia, ma oggi sappiamo quanto è importante la trasformazione digitale, quanto è pervasiva nella nostra vita, e lo sarà ancora di più, visti anche la spinta che sta dando la Commissione europea, ed è quindi fondamentale che le nuove tecnologie siano orientate all'esperienza utente, nel senso vero della parola, non solo mettere un po' di estetica, un po' di colori su queste cose, ma vengano veramente incontro alle esigenze, agli atteggiamenti, ai valori delle persone. E il secondo aspetto è perché appunto noi, il corso di laurea che coordino io e l'altro corso di laurea triennale, di cui molti studenti e studentesse partecipano, formiamo proprio l'idea di formare queste figure. E nel fare la UX Challenge in qualche modo noi ci fidiamo di mandare fuori i nostri studenti, come le nostre studentesse, come testimonial di questa cosa, per convincere le aziende che la UX Experience è importante e si può fare. E io non so ancora i risultati di quest'anno, ma sono sicuro che come quelli degli anni scorsi la fiducia viene posta, e che i risultati fatti in tempi anche così brevi, con tutta la velocità, danno sempre l'idea di quanto significativo è un processo di UX designer per un prodotto, per lo sviluppo di un prodotto. Sono appunto sicuro che anche quest'anno, appunto, come gli anni scorsi, sarà così, come i risultati faranno vedere che vale la pena. E come terza cosa, appunto, e quindi in questo vorrei ringraziare gli studenti e le studentesse che hanno dedicato questa settimana a lavorare in modo intenso. E la terza cosa è perché credo che sia davvero molto utile. Nella mia esperienza passata, appunto, però non posso parlare per le persone che hanno partecipato quest'anno, ma nella mia esperienza passata, chi è passato dalle forche caudine, diciamo, di questa settimana, poi si vede, insomma, si vede nel portfolio, si vede negli esami che restano, insomma, ma non perché vengono privilegiati, ma perché l'esperienza che hanno fatto è un'esperienza significativa e che porta valore alla parte di esami che spesso, che qualche volta purtroppo viene vissuta come appunto un esame a crocette, insomma, invece fare un'esperienza davvero e poi ritornare dentro l'università da una prospettiva diversa. E quindi io appunto credo appunto di dover chiudere perché devo lasciare posto anche all'altro invite e poi soprattutto immagino che tutti vogliano vedere i risultati. Ma vorrei dire, appunto, ringraziare ancora tutti, appunto, Nicola, le persone che hanno partecipato, i mentori e le aziende, e dire che sono un paio d'anni che per vari motivi non riesco a venire a vedere poi le cose quando vengono fatte, ma davvero mi manca l'energia, la passione e veramente questo senso di entusiasmo e di creatività che nelle volte che partecipavo, che stavo lì un po' di più, proprio era bello vivere, insomma, quindi mi fa molto piacere che ci sia questa opportunità. Grazie ancora a tutti e a tutte.
Grazie a te Massimo e grazie per aver collaborato con noi nel 2016 per mettere in piedi la prima UX Challenge. Fa piacere che siamo ancora qui e speriamo di tornare a fare questo tipo di eventi faccia a faccia il prima possibile. Bene, adesso do la parola a Mirko Cainelli, vicepresidente per l'innovazione, sviluppo e l'impresa 4.0 di Confindustria Trento. Prego Mirko.
Buon pomeriggio a tutti, un saluto a tutti i presenti, in particolare alla neopresidente Yvonne Forno di IT, piacere conoscerla anche se virtualmente, spero di incontrarla a breve in associazione da noi o da voi, magari per confrontarci sui temi di innovazione e trasferimento tecnologico. È un piacere per me essere qui a rappresentare Confindustria in questa attività del UX Challenge. Noi collaboriamo molto con IT proprio sull'open innovation perché crediamo che possano portare valore aggiunto a tutto il territorio partendo in primis dalle nostre imprese. Il successo della vostra iniziativa è comunque testimoniato dalla numerosa partecipazione delle imprese che abbiamo visto con eccellenti nomi e queste imprese molte sono associate alla nostra associazione. Questo è un sinonimo di sensibilità particolare alle sfide che le nuove tecnologie possono richiedere. Dal mio punto di vista direi che UX è capacità di semplificare, eliminare superfluo e evidenziare ciò che serve. Pertanto provare a rendere semplici e interpretabili le interfacce di alcune tecnologie, consentendo poi agli utenti finali di visualizzare il necessario, eliminando poi i gap e gli sprechi che spesso troviamo nei nostri progetti. La rivoluzione tecnologica che stiamo vedendo, specialmente in questi ultimi lustri, ha investito tutti noi e ha aumentato il divario di comprensione e utilizzo dei nuovi sistemi da parte della società stessa. Pertanto la sfida è quella di ridurre questo divario e rendere comprensibili strumenti che via via sono sì complessi, ma che cambieranno in futuro radicalmente le nostre abitudini in tutte le attività, dal sociale alle attività lavorative, economiche e quant'altro. Per cui niente, il mio è un in bocca al lupo a tutti i ragazzi per questo progetto. Penso che abbiate fatto un ottimo lavoro in questa settimana, a fianco a braccetto con le aziende, per cui vi ringrazio per questo evento e voglio ribadire la mia personale soddisfazione comunque nei confronti delle attività che insieme a IT stiamo portando avanti per far crescere tutto sommato il nostro territorio. Buon lavoro a tutti e sono in attesa di vedere la sfida. Grazie ancora.
Grazie Mirko, grazie molte a Confindustria Trento, ovviamente partner importantissimo per consentirci di completare la UX Challenge. So I will now switch back to English and I will start again presenting my slides. I have a few more slides for you about the challenge, and soon I will give the floor to the teams for their presentations. So speaking about partners, as our president was mentioning, the UX challenge wouldn't be possible without the collaboration between a number of partners. Of course, the University of Trento, but also Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Confindustria Trento in the context of the Digital Innovation Hub Trentino, Alto, Adige, Südtirol, Trentino Sviluppo, C-Lab Trento, and also Artigianelli, and also with the support of Dolomiti UX, BookClub, and Associazione Architecta. Thank you very much to all the partners, because again, this is possible because of the collaboration that we do over the UX challenge. Just a few numbers, as you can see from these slides. This is the 5th edition. We started in 2017. In 5 years, 5 editions, we have supported 35 companies, most of which from Trentino. We have involved 230 students acting as solvers, some of which were actually already working. So recently graduated students, 28 professional mentors, most of which are researchers from Fondazione Bruno Kessler, and 214 citizens that in the UX Challenge act as testers and validators of the solutions. We're very proud of these numbers, and let's keep it up. So the UX Challenge not only takes place in Trento, maybe some of you knows already that last year in 2021, the UX Challenge was replicated in other 6 European countries, from Finland to Spain, as you can see from this map. That was possible thanks to a Horizons 2020 project that was funded and that was coordinated by HAT, that had the purpose of validating, measuring and validating the impact of the UX Challenge in small and medium enterprises. We involved altogether 200 small and medium enterprises, and we demonstrated that taking part in the UX Challenge increases the knowledge and know-how about the methodologies that can be used to better design digital products and services interfaces. We're very proud of the results of this project. And for that reason, the Today event was included in the calendar of the EU Industry Weeks, which is the flagship event on industrial policy organized by the European Commission. And that is why you can see that logo on the top right corner of the slides that I'm projecting. The project was also selected among the 40 best European projects supporting innovation in small and medium enterprises in 2021. And according to the organizers of these EU Industry Weeks, it has been the second most visited project in the online exhibition that took place last week. So we are very, very proud of these results, and we thank you all again for being part of this initiative. But what is the UX Challenge ultimately? The UX Challenge consists in the execution of a design sprint. The design sprint is a practical methodology that was developed by Google Ventures and serves to deliver validated solutions to product development problems by using design thinking and user-centered design methods. Notice that the design sprint during the UX Challenge is completed in a full remote setting by the teams with the help of shared virtual workspaces such as Miro boards. Giulio Michelon, our keynote speakers today, will tell you more about the design sprint. But the UX Challenge wouldn't be possible without the support of professional mentors that help the teams in achieving the results throughout the week. So I have to thank very much our 10 mentors of the 2022 UX Challenge. In alphabetical order, Luca Dinca, head of design at Belka, Daniele De Cia, user experience strategist and founder at New, Nicola De Franceschi, service designer and founder at Evoluzione Web, Giulia De Pieri, service designer at Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Chiara Leonardi, researcher at Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Paolo Massa, researcher at Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Eleonora Mencarini, researcher at Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Nicole Nardelli, product designer at Money Pharma, Gianluca Schiavo, researcher at Fondazione Bruno Kessler, and Andrea Zambonini, innovation and UX designer at New. thank you all so much, dear mentors. Thanks again for being here. So now it's time to start the presentations of the solvers. So I will switch off my own presentation, and I will ask in turn the 9 teams involved to present their solution. So we will go in an alphabetical order, starting from team number 1, which is the team that acted on the challenge provided by BLM group. And every team will have 4 minutes sharp of time to present their solutions with a few slides. Every team knows that you have to use a stopwatch to make sure that you abide the 4 minutes. You will be stopped after the 4 minutes, so make sure you do not use more time. And also make sure you prepare your slides in a presentation mode already, in a way that we avoid to lose time in switching between one presentation and the other. And the company representative persons know already that I will give them 60 seconds time for a very quick comment on the results right after the presentation of their own teams. Okay. So I think everything is ready for start listening to the results and the presentations from the teams. By the way, all teams will not only present the solutions, but also the company and the challenge that the company presented to them. So hopefully all the participants will hear a complete UX design improvement and innovation story here today, 9 of them actually. So thank you all again, and I kindly ask Mireia Vinciguerra from team number 1 to take the stage and start with the first presentation.
Okay, let me share the screen. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. So we are team number 1. The members of the team are 6, Chiara, Deborah, Francesco, Arianna, Mattia, and Mireia. The company that we worked with was BLM Group, which is an industrial company dedicated to design, construction, and digitalization of systems for processing pipes, wires, and sheets. The machines used by the company are machines for cutting 3D technology. And these machines use a human-computer interaction interface for the 3 phases, so coding, production, and technical assistance. The problem presented by the company was that in some situations, the user doesn't have the total control of the cell during the work, and the company is in need for a new interface to help the machine operator during each production phase. So the 3 main goals for our challenge were optimizing the communication to improve the user knowledge, to make the cell more interactive, so connected and intelligent, and minimizing and facilitating the setup phase. So we followed a reverse design sprint, which has 5 phases. The first 2 phases were mapping the problem and the interview with the testers. Thanks to this research, we have found some problems in the interface, and we divided the problems into 3 main groups. The first problems that we discovered was the navigation and also the structure of some of the pages. This is the example of one of the problems that we found. This is a storyboard of the first problem. So we used this scenery to explain what is the problem about. So we have the operator of the machine, who is Omer. Omer is doing the setup of the machine, but he has a doubt about the procedure that he has to do. So he uses the physical manual to discover what he has to do. The manual takes a lot of time, so he decides to skip this procedure and try to do it by himself, so he doesn't obtain the results that he wants. And there is a mistake or an error in the machine, so he needs to contact the support system, but he cannot find inside the menu the assistance because it's hidden in some of the subcategories. So Omer decides to do the process from the beginning. So he has to come back to the initial page by using the breadcrumb, but this takes a lot of time because he has to do it step by step to return to the first page. So we we created a solution. This is our mockup. We created 2 buttons at the end of the menu. The buttons are help and guide. With the help button, we create a direct connection with the assistant, so the operator of the machine can see the page dedicated to the assistants and can ask for support. And the help button shows a digital version of the manual, which has the instructions step by step, just for the action that the operator needs to do. These 2 solutions create a more productive environment for the operator, facilitating the process. Then we also redesigned the breadcrumb. We added a back button, so the navigation between the different pages is simplified. We want to specify that this context was new and extremely technical for us, and we had a little time to understand the work and the process of the machine. So we are aware that there are different solutions to the problems that we found, for example, new technologies or the application of the artificial intelligence, but we decided to found some solutions that were tangible and that the operators could use directly in their interface without using other supports or different technologies. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mireia, and the whole team number 1. Indeed, as you have seen, solvers have to face very critical and complex challenges and overall context in only 1 week. So it's really hard for them to do this and to make it until the end of the week. But you have made it, team number 1. So congratulations again. I will give shortly the floor now to Simona Kosha, responsible for the HR development at BLM Group, for a short comment. Simona, are you there?
Yes, of course, I'm here. Thanks a lot to our team. We really enjoyed working with them. Participating to these initiatives is useful not only for what these young people can give us, that is great, but also because we are forced to see over and over again our processes. This is always very useful. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Simona, and the rest of the team at BLM for trusting us and for taking up the challenge. Thank you. And now it's time for the team number 2.1. Team number 2.1 addressed the challenge provided by ENERGENIUS. So I will give now the floor to Stefano Casalina. Stefano, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nicola. Okay, so hello everyone, good morning. Let me just start with presenting the team that I work with during this week. So we are a team of students with various backgrounds in IT, UX, and human computer interaction. Before I start, let me also thank Matteo and Federico from ENERGENIUS, alongside whom we worked, and our awesome mentor, Nicola, who supported us this week. So let me introduce briefly the company and their product. ENERGENIUS is an innovative startup based in Rovereto that offers to its clients an automated solution to monitor and analyze energy of industries, commercial buildings, and so on. The product they developed, GEM, allows energy manager of a company.
Your presentation is not going forward.
I'm really sorry. Can you see my screen now?
No, so, it's only black. Can you resume your presentation?
Can you see it
there
now?
It goes. Yeah, we see slide number 3.
Sorry. So as I was saying, they developed this product GEM, which allows energy manager of a company to have a better view of the data that are relevant to better manage their energy consumption. So the challenge ENERGENIUS has put forward was to achieve some improvements in their interfaces, basing our decision on the needs of the users. They asked us to propose some mock-ups with our results today, considering also Grafana constraints, which is a monitoring solution for database that their product is based upon. So after the first meeting with the company on Monday, where they introduced us to the problem, we ran some user tests on Tuesday to understand what could be improved in GEM dashboards. This part was very important to us since energy management is a total new context for us, but most important, our final design should have been user-driven. The so-called reverse sprint went on with a sketching phase where our ideas diverge and then converge into what the prototype should look like. On Thursday, then, our ideas came to a prototype to present to the company. Of course, our design choices were based on the needs that emerged from user testing. So we brainstormed some ideas starting from the interviews. Then we voted on our ideas to converge. In particular, the idea that everyone was aboard with were the ones that came directly from the user tests. So, for example, when a user encountered some problems while interpreting graphs, its needs reflected into an easier consultation way of the contents. Let me show some of the final results that we proposed. So, first of all, the landing page of the products. It's the place where they have an overview over all their retails. For the users, it was really important to use the map to navigate through all the stores. So in this case, our solution was to enlarge the map as well as the table. And we also suggested some improvements in the browse of those elements. It emerged from the tests that the energy manager basically rely on the graphs. So they especially find useful the one here in these pictures. I'm really sorry, I don't know. Okay, so the one picture in this image are really important to them. So we suggested a slightly different layout for this kind of information to be easier to read.
Stefano,
Also,
sorry, Stefano, we are seeing your background slides, those with the notes.
I'm really sorry. What are you seeing now?
You see the same again, but just keep that, probably.
Well, I was actually kind of at the end of the presentation that is a result of what we've done this week. So we redesigned their layout. And well, it's everything. And thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm really sorry.
No problem. Thank you, Stefano. Thanks a lot. You probably have done some tests, but not enough. But anyway, thanks a lot for your presentation. I know it's really hard to pack, 1 week of work in only 4 minutes. So thanks so much to team 2.1. Now we'll give the floor to team 2.2, represented by Mattia Barile.
Hi, everyone. Now I will share the screen. You can see it very well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is us and our mentor. Then let's move on ENERGENIUS, our company. It's a startup and it provides automated solutions of monitoring and energy analysis for industrial and commercial customers. The product they have shown us works thanks to sensors installed in shops or buildings that gather data and information related to air quality and energy consumption. So the product allows users to monitor and analyze consumption, behavioral patterns in order to identify inefficiencies. So this is our starting point. Our challenge. So ENERGENIUS gives us 2 problems to solve. Autonomous energy management. This means that shop assistant must have the possibility to manage problems related to environment, wellness, and energy savings autonomously. The second problem was about engage primary users to drive them to a well behavior. So this is related to the first one. In order to solve this problem, ENERGENIUS asked us to use a gamification strategy and to conceive and design new features. So the expected output was an idea supported by mockups. So to arrive here, we have followed regular design sprint process. So we've done research and benchmarking, then we've done sketches of our idea on paper. But we are proud because we bring them to life on screens on Figma. So in the phase of prototype, and then lastly, we have interviewed some users who gave us precious feedback in order to improve our final solution. So our final solution are two parts. This is the first part of our solution. Here we solve the monitoring problem. We have decided to use simple keywords and color code to communicate unexpected situation. Then we add a routine reminder and a dynamic background city to visualize rapidly the wellness of the shop. In the second part, we focus on gamification strategy. We introduce team goals that allow to earn points in order to win a prize in a fair competition with other shops. We had the positive impact of the team to motivate to act correctly through time, the shop assistants. So the present and future. Since we had little time and not so much access to the field, our solution has some areas of improvement, in particular graphic and gamification dynamics. In order to achieve our objective final solution for the team, we have to do some user research with shop assistants and store manager. So the expected impact is different solution context. So the solution can be used in different solutions, and we think is a profitable solution. And this is the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mattia. Everybody, please make sure that you abide to the 4 minutes sharp. Otherwise, we will end up too late. Thank you so much, Mattia. I'm very curious to hear what Matteo Gerola, R&D manager of ENERGENIUS, has to tell about these results of both the teams. Matteo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi everyone. I'm really happy. It was really a fruitful week, and the two teams did like an outstanding work, in my opinion. So I don't know if it was clear for you, but we are talking about the same product here. That is like one of our product. It's called Gem Retail. It's for retail customers, and it's tackled by the two teams. The first one is like considering more from the energy manager perspective. The second one is like considering more the shop assistants and the shop manager. So as you can see, the same information, because it's exactly the same information, has to be expressed in two different ways. So we asked exactly this effort to the two teams. Try to improve the way the energy manager can achieve, assess the information. And then for the second team, to design this application that allow the shop assistant to be involved in the main goal of improving the energy consumption, so reducing the energy consumption and improving the well-being in the shop. So I'm really happy, and it was really interesting for us to collaborate with the two teams. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Matteo, and thanks to both teams from ENERGENIUS. Now it's time for the for the team that worked on the challenge provided by Marangoni Machinery. So this is the third company, and we have 7 companies altogether. So I will now give the floor to Ginevra Fedrizzi from team number 3. Ginevra, the floor is yours.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Here is Ginevra from team number 3. We are now going to present what we did for Marangoni Machinery. So first of all, let's start with our team. So we are a team of 7 members who work together with mentor Nicola De Franceschi to propose a solution for Marangoni Machinery. Let's start with Marangoni Machinery. Marangoni Machinery is a brand of Marangoni Meccanica SPA, and they work in the field of manufacturing technologies for tire market. So the product that the company proposed us is actually not yet available, but it's a concept of a system which supports reporting and managing of non-conformities, which actually means problems related to orders. The users of this product should be company managers, members of the technical committee, and technicians. So in this moment, when a technician has to report a non-conformity in a machine, he needs to send an email to the quality manager, who then needs to manage all these emails through an Excel file. Our company actually wanted to improve this system by creating a system dedicated to it. So they proposed us some wireframes on which we had to work on. So as you can imagine, the challenge could be both for an interface for technicians or an interface for managers. And together with the company, we agreed on concentrating on the manager platform in order to create an efficient system for managing non-conformities. So in order to face this challenge, we faced a reverse sprint. And this means that on the second day, we had interviews with users. And to do this during these interviews, we had the opportunity to really understand user needs and to also create user journeys and personas. But after this, we thought it was also important to talk with the company in order to align users' needs with business needs. Therefore, after this talk with the company and considering the user results, we came up with some design goals, which are actually 4: to lower the cognitive load and time spent on processing the proposals and activities, to reduce the business impact of mishandling non-conformities, to provide an overview of the status of all activities and facilitate decision, and to speed up the communication process between managers. So now let's go and see what we thought for this company. So we decided to go for a customizable dashboard with data visualizing for control and monitoring, so that we could actually work on the difficulties in monitoring the global situation, given different needs of different managers. So how did it work? One of the most important problems was in controlling the proposals due to the too many proposals received by email. So in this video, you can see how our prototype works. The prototype is centered on a centralized and filterable section in the tool with real-time updates. Here you can see all the list of proposals. And now here on the latest proposals, you can see the real-time updates. So when you receive this proposal, you can really see it through this circle, and then you can enter the proposal. Regarding the managing of the proposal, we wanted to focus on communication. Therefore, in this video of our prototype, you can see how we worked on micro-interaction in order to facilitate the communication and management. Especially, we allowed people to communicate directly from that. And then there is a snack bar, which provides actually a visual feedback of what has just been done. The last thing that I want to explain today is related to the difficulties in monitoring the current status and progress of activities. So here you can see that there is an immediate visualization and real-time interaction possibility. In fact, you can see the progress, and you can sort it by progress. And then when you enter the proposal, you can see a kind of timeline in which you see all the steps of the proposal. After the manager concludes it, he accesses the history, and he has this snack bar, which again provides a feedback. After this, he can actually download the CSV file of all the history. So this was our prototype, our process that we faced this week. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you very much, Ginevra. As you may see, solvers use real prototyping software used by UX designers in UX design agency, and the solutions that they can provide are very tangible and ready to be used by the companies. And by the way, I didn't mention that, but the IPR, meaning the intellectual property rights of the solutions, are owned by the companies, because we want companies to be in the position of fully exploit and industrialize these results. Thank you to the team number 3. And now I'm glad to give the floor briefly to Daniele Nordio from Marangoni Machinery. He's the Industrial 4.0 manager of Marangoni Machinery. I'm sure that he has some comments about that. Daniele.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I wanted to thank the whole organization team for this beautiful event managed in an excellent way. With this design sprint, we learned that it's possible to create a real impact on the product experience only when at the origin there is a close link between business, design, and technology, with people working as a single team while discussing rules and skills. The work done by the team will have an immediate impact on our business company, because my industry for their team will use it to create the software for managing the non-compliance. The software will be very useful, obviously, because Marangoni Machinery builds very large construction sites whose execution can take a long time. Thanks again to everyone.
Thank you, Daniele and Marangoni Machinery. Don't forget that you may hire some of these very bright students and next UX design professionals. So feel free to do that, of course, as many companies has done already in the past after the end of the UX challenge. Okay, it's time for team number 4 that have worked on the challenge provided by PAMA. So I will give the floor to Maria Vitali from team number 4.
Sorry, here I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. We are Group 4, and in collaboration with PAMA, we're here to present TAP, which is Ticketing Application PAMA. We got a glimpse of the great complexity and intrinsic value of the industrial world thanks to PAMA, a company which is a leader among large machine tools manufacturers. Our main goal during this past week was to redesign part of a PAMA product, which is a prototype of an application used to manage many aspects of the company life and work. We performed a reversed design sprint, which allowed us to immediately talk to our users and get important information on issues and needs. But who did we work for? We worked for the company and specifically for our target user within the company. I'll introduce you to Gino. Gino is a machine operator. He works on the machines at all times. He is crucial for the company's productivity. However, sometimes Gino has to deal with sudden and unexpected alarms, malfunctions, and machine faults. The machine may even stop working and send many alarms and fault messages. Undoubtedly, these problems have a strong impact on production processes. Right now, Gino does his best to fix what he knows by looking at outdated machine schemas printed on paper sheets. He strongly relies on his own past experience. However, a machine operator as Gino cannot fix complex or deeper problems. Whenever such issues arise, he is required to call maintenance and authorized technicians. To do so, right now, Gino writes down on paper whatever issue he's noticed and manually handles the ticket to his supervisor, who has to type into his computer the formal request for specific maintenance. This whole process takes ages, and there is no standardized and structured record of interventions, requests, or fixes. Here comes TAP, the new ticketing system for PAMA. The mobile application on the tablet makes handling machine faults and errors easy and immediate. It provides Gino with a standardized way to read documentation and standard procedures to fix minor problems in every machine in order to avoid contacting maintenance every time, thus boosting productivity and efficiency. And with TAP, Gino can rapidly and easily create tickets to formally request for maintenance in a guided and complete way. Gino feels helped and supported in his day-to-day task. This whole process is standardized, scalable, and there's an up-to-date repository of every fault, every fix, and every procedure. Here is the TAP prototype for PAMA in order to provide a simple and efficient system for machine error management and maintenance tickets creation. The message page is simple and maintains the core features of the original PAMA prototype. Here, the operator is able to look at a complete list of machine messages. The most important messages causing machine blocks and serious malfunctions are highlighted in red to make them immediately visible. Whenever the machine is blocked, a red bar on the top of the page notifies the operator that a serious problem is happening in that moment. By tapping on the message, a detailed information page opens. Here, standard fixing procedures are provided in order to solve the problem as quickly as possible. If the operator cannot or is not authorized to fix it, he can immediately create a ticket to be sent to maintenance. The ticket creation page provides a guided form for the operator to complete, with both open and closed questions. He can even attach pictures and videos of the malfunction. Before sending the ticket, a quick recap of the information provided is displayed. And after a last check, the ticket can be sent to the operator's supervisor to limit errors and unnecessary tickets. This is our prototype and is actually working on Figma. We've already mentioned the gains and benefits of such an applications, efficiency and productivity. As for its limitations, our solution refers to specific contexts of use, and more importantly, it refers to one specific category of users, the operators. So it could basically be expanded to cover and support the whole company workers. Thank you for your attention from the whole Team 4.
Thank you very much, Maria, and thanks to the whole Team 4 and the mentors. I will give the floor now to Fabrizio De Fant, R&D Manager at PAMA. I'm sure that Fabrizio has something to say about these results. Fabrizio.
Thank you, Nicola, and good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'm really impressed how quickly solvers can handle a new and unknown complex problem, demonstrating an unbelievable understanding of the topic and the integration environment. In industry, people usually work as they have done unless they can see a real advantage in doing it differently. As a consequence, the user experience is a crucial factor to introduce changes. Among all the functionalities of the proposed app, we selected a relevant use case for the machine tool operator, and our solvers handled it brilliantly together with the key users. The starting point was developed by professional designers, and the solvers were able to improve both the user experience and interface. I talk on behalf of PAMA's technical, maintenance, and also manufacturing department when I say that we are literally amazed by the results. We expect a huge impact in terms of usability and understanding of this application. Finally, working with our solvers was simply inspiring, and I'd like to thank a lot and wish a good luck for their career. Many thanks also to Git for this possibility and to all of you for the attention.
Thank you so much, Fabrizio, for this very positive feedback. And of course, we hope that besides this single project, companies taking part in the UX challenge learn the importance of designing solutions and new products and services with the users by involving designers. Designers mainly act as facilitators. They not only design the interface, but they make it possible to give voice to the users and to the customers. So yes, mission accomplished here for us at HAT. So thank you again, team number 4. We are somehow midway across our 9 presentations. It's now time for the team number 5 to present his presentation. So I will give the floor to Francesca Virzi from team number 5. Francesca, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes, perfect.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We are team number 5, the voice team. So the team is composed by me, Simona, Mohan, and Sadi, and we would like very, very much thank Gianluca Schiavo as our mentor. So going on, we have worked for the company PERVOICE, and we have used as a guideline for our work this quotation from Leonardo da Vinci. So simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, that is also on the homepage of PERVOICE website. So going on with the company description, PERVOICE is an Italian company that develops enterprise software technologies for spontaneous speech recognition in over 30 languages. It is a spin-off of the Bruno Kessler Foundation in Trento, and it was founded in 2007. It provides different AI solutions for the digital transformation of the voice, and they have a very huge and large product portfolio, but our focus for this challenge was FlyScribe. So FlyScribe is a web application that allows users to translate, transcribe, and subtitle the audio or videos that they upload. So here you can see an example on your right about the homepage of FlyScribe. Users are usually professional figures such as journalists, and there are different scenarios in which they can use and implement FlyScribe, for example, subtitling or extract the text after a video press conference. So our challenge focused on the usability checks and changes on the current version of the product. The company wanted also us to provide them our suggestion for new wireframes, and we needed to accomplish all the requirements, for example, usability, accessibility, design, and so on, and in particular, customization to give the right weight of importance to the user. This is our sprint process. We started mapping the problem, dividing among the different tasks for a UI and UX, ideating the solution, creating the prototype, and making the user test. It will be very important for us, this path, because we have developed new ideas thanks to the tester. So here is our solution. It focused on a reviewed user flow with a new architecture, starting from the old version, elaborating a new one. And the ideas were redefined, including the user point of view. This is what we got. Here you can see an animation of the prototype from the home page to the main function that you can perform to the user profile plus the settings. So we provided the company an interactive prototype, user testing interviews and transcription of these interviews, and a plus version of the mobile, adding originality and redefining the user flow, the complete user flow after the user testing that I repeat, it was very important for us. Here you can see our mockups for the mobile versions, and we designed it according to the user ideas about the usability that they can customize or use it. And the most important thing for us is that we provided also some future insights and opportunities for the company. In particular, accepting that the time limits were a constraint for us, but we wanted to improve the user testing with more time and the accessibility requirement from the company. And in particular, creating new opportunities for the future, it was possible with the co-creation process with the users. And the test part was useful to create a user-centered design that it is at the basis of innovation, in our opinion. So thank you very much again, and thank you very much to PERVOICE and our mentor.
Thank you, Francesca, and the whole team number 5. Very good. It's incredible how mature the results at least look like from a external point of view. So very good. And I will now like to hear the feedback from Enrique Sartori, a software developer at PERVOICE, to comment on what you have presented.
Hello, everyone. We would like to thank you, the team of solvers, for the work they have done, because it was really, really impressive for us. They managed to pack a lot of work into the short time frame of the competition. I think that the results that they brought us are very interesting. They gave us some very good ideas, and all the principles they have shown us are easily transferable in the real life of our product. So they can become real in a very short time frame. So we are very happy to have joined the competition. Thank you, Nicola, and all the organization for allowing us to participate. And good luck for the team. And we are hiring, so.
That's good news, yes. Thank you, Enrico, and all the colleagues from PERVOICE. I haven't mentioned that, but you know, a considerable amount of companies, after participating in the challenge, they don't like stop doing design. They of course keep on investing on the design project that they brought at the challenge by also hiring some of the solvers or by establishing some connections and collaborations with the mentors. And overall, in all the innovation challenge that we organize at HIT, also beyond the UX challenge, that has occurred around 40% of the cases of the companies participating in the challenge. So Enrico, feel free to stay in touch with some of the mentors, okay? And good luck to all the, some of the mentors and some of the solvers I meant. Good luck to all the solvers from team number 5. And let's now switch to the two teams, number 6, that have addressed the challenge provided by Sartori Ambiente. So I will give the floor to team 6.1. Gabriele Cazzola, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, hi everyone, and welcome to our final presentation. I'm Gabriele, and today I'm here to tell you a story about sustainability, inclusion, and innovation. The two protagonists of the story are Sartori Ambiente, which is a company that provides products and technological solutions for the environment, and of course, our team of solvers, which during the challenge was advised by the mentor, Giulia De Pieri. Thank you. Sartori Ambiente develops technological solutions to support the door-to-door collection of municipal waste. For example, they produce automated stations that are dedicated to the delivery of urban solid waste. The actual target product of our UX challenge was the automated station called the Arco Station. As most of you probably already know, in door-to-door collection model, there are some specific days in which you must deliver your waste. But sometimes it happens that a specific day doesn't suit for your needs. Maybe you're busy, or maybe you simply forget about that day. And actually, this happens all the time to me. So Arco Station, produced by Sartori Ambiente, is a tool that integrates the model of door-to-door collection, giving people more freedom. The actual system works in this way. People go there anytime, can interact with a touch screen, identify themselves through a sanitary card that all of us have, and finally throw their waste in a specific hatch. Arco Station is an excellent product, but it has some limitations from two standpoints: usability and accessibility. Right now, in order to use the system, the user has to follow the visual instruction on the screen, and he has to interact with it by touch. And this could be a problem for people with low eyesight or even blind people. In addition, sometimes trash bins get full, and this is a problem too, because people cannot use the Arco Station when it happens. So our challenge was to make Arco Station accessible to more people and improve its overall usability. For tackling the challenge, we worked in this way. First, we had several meetings with the company. Second, we divided in two subgroups, one for working on the user interface of the touchscreen and one for working on the external structure. Then we developed some prototypes. And finally, we tested our prototypes on some people that already use ecological islands like Arco Station. So here we have our solution. For accessibility issues, we added a voice assistant that guides the user in each step of the process. We also put an auditory feedback on the structure. And finally, we added a path with a specific texture to follow by hand, specific for blind people. Then, for solving the problem of full bins, we put an interactive map that shows where to reach the closest available Arco station. And the system also tells you when the bin will be emptied. So if you want, you can go there later and throw away the trash. Finally, we also worked on Arco station integration with the urban context. This is very important. And we added a big screen for advertising and the possibility to charge electric scooters and bicycles. We think that ecological islands should have a new meaningful role in our cities. And thanks to our ideas, we really hope to make them more universally accessible to everyone.
Thank you very much, Gabriele. Thanks so much for your presentation, and thanks to the whole team 6.1 that worked on the challenge, one of the two challenges of Sartori Ambiente. And now it's time for the other team that worked on the challenge of Sartori Ambiente. I will give the floor to Sevda Abdollahimani. Please, Sevda, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sevda from Team 6.2, and I want to explain our challenge. So as Group 6.1, we also worked with Sartori Ambiente, which provides technological solutions for door-to-door waste collection. And they also use the system called pay as you throw, whereas households are paid because based on how much waste they have produced. So one of their products is ArcoBeat, a wearable device that collects the information every time the operator empties a bin. And in this way, the company can figure out how much each customer will have to pay. Okay. Recently, ARERA published a strict law. This law states that if there is a problem, the company, in that case, Sartori, must resolve it within a few days, or they will lose money or being fined by municipality. This new law lists all the issues that must be reported. For example, a bin might be broken and it can't be emptied, or there might be abundant waste somewhere in the city. So imagine there are 28 different types of problems that need to be reported. And so Ambiente needs to report these problems, to understand and report these problems to avoid conflicts. So the company wants the operators report the problems with existing devices, and one of them is ArcoBeat. So ArcoBeat needs a new function that allows operators to report these issues, but adding this functionality is not easy at all, because so this is our challenge, to redesign the workflow of ArcoBeat in a way that the operators can easily go out of their normal workflow and report a problem and then go back to their workflow. But it is challenging because this device has a very small black and white no-touch screen that can only interact with 5 physical buttons, and also the operators who are working might have low vision, or they are working in bad conditions. For example, it's rainy, snowy, they have big dirty clothes most of the time. So as a group, we started to mapping the problem. So we had many interviews with the company to completely understand the challenge. And after that, we started sketching our ideas and we have 2 solutions which are implemented in Figma, interactive prototypes. And the first solution is more straightforward. It is just place the information in ArcoBeat and let the operator choose the problem and report it. But instead of putting a long list of problems, we categorize the problems and use big icons and summarize the subcategories in short text and use the big fonts. The second solution is a little bit more out of box, and it is placing placing things in real world. So instead of going through the problems within the band, we put a tag list on the track, waste track. So the operator just needs to scan these tags to report the problem. And this is more, in our idea, it was more easy because it is there, so they don't forget to report problem, and they don't have to go through a long list of problems. But we did a user test to see which solution is better. And most of the users said that they prefer the first solution because it is easy to remember the icons, and they also asked us to modify some things in the prototype, and we did it. But we think that the second solution also needs to be tested in real life because it is more physical, and we tested in using Figma with not real users. So maybe the second solution is better, but it needs to be tested with real users in real environment. So this is our team. Thank you very much. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Sevda. You used a bit more time than expected, but thank you. And as you have seen, you know, the UX challenge is not only about designing interfaces, but it's also about designing entire services. In this case, the challenge was about you know, mapping out a new set of touch points and actions that users and also citizens would have to do by means of using different interfaces, but also wearable devices, as well as interacting with, you know, trucks, bins, and other, you know, physical objects. So that is what designers can also do, and, you know, make sense of this much higher complexity rather than only one single digital interface. So thank you so much to team 6.2 that worked on the second challenge of Sartori Ambiente. Now I'm glad to give the floor to Leonardo Benuzzi, Innovation Manager at Sartori Ambiente. Leonardo, what do you think about these results? Leonardo, are you there?
Sorry.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Hi.
After 2 years of calls, I'm still doing these mistakes. Sorry. First of all, thank you to both groups. They were very effective in giving very smart insight on a problem that we have been seeing for so many times that we don't see them as problem anymore. So that was very, very interesting, and one of the main takeaway of this experience. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity of you know, hosting or working in the future with some of the people we have been talking to during these days, and good luck to the team for the final evaluation.
Thank you, Leonardo, and all the colleagues from Sartori Ambiente for taking up the challenge and being so available the entire week. I haven't mentioned that, but you know, the challenge was not done by teams alone with the mentors, but you know, the companies were involved with I think every day by providing either feedbacks or inputs, a lot of answers to the many questions that especially on Monday and on Tuesday were asked by the solvers. So that was really important, of course, for allowing the solvers to understand the challenges, to develop meaningful and enough mature solutions. So thanks again to all the companies for, you know, investing time and effort in the challenge. Great. So that was about the two teams that worked on the challenge of Sartori Ambiente. And now let's get then to the last team. The last team is team number 7. Team number 7 addressed the challenge provided by STARPOOL. So I will give the floor to Luca Isabella from team number 7.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Good afternoon. I'm Luca from team 7. Here's my beautiful team with our mentor, Chiara Nardi. So this week we worked for STARPOOL. But who is STARPOOL? STARPOOL is a company based in Trentino that designs and manufactures luxury systems for wellness and all of this type of things. So, for example, spas, hotels, and also other types of locations, for example, even airports. The product we worked on is called Zero Body. And Zero Body is an innovative product that allows you to relax floating in zero gravity, like if you were in water, but actually without actually getting wet. So that's the most innovative part about it. Also, when relaxing and floating, this product allows you to listen to some dedicated music or follow some guided breathing exercises, and also do some mindfulness sessions, so basically meditation. This is the current interface of this, the control panel for this product, and this is what we are going to work on. So the challenge the company gave us is to evaluate the user experience and improve it while also improving the aesthetics of this control panel, making it modern and elegant, aesthetically beautiful, user-friendly, but also intuitive, as this product is sold all around the world, and the company didn't want to have to translate it for every single language, but we wanted to have a single interface for every single country. So we had to use some intuitive icons to make the user experience beautiful. But how did we tackle this challenge? We started by marking the problem from our eyes, and then we moved on to do our user tests. From the user test, we found some of the problems that the users found, and from those, we created some sketches. When creating these sketches, we made sure to go wild and come up with as many ideas as possible. And after this step, we met with the company and we narrowed down all of these ideas into some more manageable user flows and user experience elements that also were in line with the company philosophy and the philosophy of the product itself. After this, we worked on our prototype. So here you can see some of our sketches. As I said, we had a lot of different sketches and we narrowed them down and merged them into a single final solution that you can see on the right. So for our solution, we decided to have some more representative icons, some more intuitive user experience elements, like, for example, scrolls instead of continuous tap to go forward on our selection. And also, we decided to reorder the navigation flow to make sure you only see whatever you need at any time. And we also took some cues from the luxury industry and from the car industry as well. As you can see, for example, we put a render of the actual product that changes as you interact with the control panel. During this challenge, we faced some limits. Mostly it was due to COVID, because of course we couldn't have the actual physical products in our hand. We just worked with the control panel and its software. And this is the same problem that our users faced as well. So to tackle these problems, we worked closely with the company to make sure that what the solutions we found, of course, the problems the users found, were actually what happens in the real world. For example, our testers found some problems that we found were simply because of the fact that they didn't have the physical product in hand, but just the control panel and its software. And so we improved the usability, we improved the looks for the luxury feel, and we modernized the app. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for the attention, and thank you to my team, and of course to STARPOOL for putting up with us.
Thank you, Luca, and the entire team number 7. Very good. So I will shortly give the floor to Alberto Strada, Hardware and Software Technical Manager from STARPOOL. Alberto, vuoi dire qualcosa su questi risultati?
Sì, assolutamente. Ciao a tutti. Intanto parto dicendo che per me questa è la prima esperienza come challenge, e quindi io ringrazio Nicola, ringrazio tutta l'organizzazione e i ragazzi del team per questa opportunità che ci avete dato. È stato molto interessante e molto divertente. Devo dire che il team, rispetto alle richieste fatte, dove c'erano tanti vincoli, tanti paletti, sono stati veramente molto bravi. Mi hanno lasciato veramente senza parole, perché l'interfaccia che hanno creato era proprio ciò che mi aspettavo. Era un qualcosa che avevo in testa, ma in realtà non sapevo bene. Loro hanno proprio realizzato questo mio sogno, diciamo così. E quindi niente, io voglio ringraziare il team e tutti quanti. Grazie ancora, complimenti al team.
Grazie a te, Alberto. Thanks a lot. We are very glad to hear that feedback from you. Okay, so we have completed the presentations of the 9 solutions to the challenges provided to the 2022 UX Challenge. It's quite late already, and I will I will now share very quickly my screen to recap on what are the evaluation criteria that has been used for evaluating the results presented by the teams. We have 6 evaluation criteria. The first 2 are utilized by companies and are the potential business impacts of the results and the feasibility of the results. These are evaluated by companies. There are 2 other criteria utilized by the mentors, which are the ability to perform the activities in a profitable way and the teamwork effectiveness, okay? And the last 2 criteria are innovativeness of the results and the completeness of the results. And these 2 criteria are are used by 2 experts, one of which is me, and the other I will soon introduce it to you. But before talking about the evaluation, I would now like to give the floor eventually, and last but not least, of course, to Giulio Michelon, entrepreneur in Trentino and co-founder of Belka, for a keynote speech about the way that the design sprint is used at Belka. Giulio, the floor is yours.
Ciao, Nicola.
Ciao.
Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear. Yes, I do.
No. All right, it should be better now. So I have a few slides to tell the story. I'll try to be quick.
Take your time.
Right. So, all right. Should be able to share the screen now.
Sorry, I have to stop my presentation first.
Yeah, no worries.
Apologies.
Actually, I can steal your...
There you go.
Apparently, I can steal the thing. Can you still see?
Yeah, yeah, it's there.
No, it says resume. All right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Giulio. I'm an entrepreneur. I work and live in beautiful Trentino. And I've been also mentored a couple of times in the UX Challenge. This time, Luca helped through the event. I'm super happy to be here today. I'm going to tell you about a little bit about Belka, a little bit about industrial design, and a little bit about me, which is my favorite topic ever. So I see that everyone here is fresh and rested, like this meme that has been freshly crafted by the meme lord, the resident meme lord, Anas, which also studied in interface, in Interfacce in Rovereto. I expect you to be like the figure on the right, so you'll probably be super tired, so feel free to ignore me through all duration of the presentation. So what is Belka? Belka is a company that helps other companies through the work on design and development of tech products. This means software. We work with the most prominent tech startups in Italy. We also work with some of foreign countries startups, and we are vertical on a couple of services. One which is design, the other one is software development. Companies come to us to do stuff like apps. We did Factoring Cloud app, which is the biggest electronic invoicing app in Italy, with 300,000 users per month. Also, we do design for other of their products like Dipendenti in Cloud, where thanks to design, we increased the conversion rate, which is money into the company, which is users who are buying the product by almost 300%. And we also work just for the software, which is a big quote, just for the development of apps such as Sviluppo, which is an app that you can use to save money on your utilities contracts. Right, so enough about Belka. I'm sure that you are now convinced that I'm very busy and important, so enough with that part. Let's talk about industrial design. We also worked with industrial design partners back in the days with Carlo Gavazzi, which is an automation company that produces hardware. For them, we did the work that I'm going to tell you, which is an analysis about one question, which was, can we remove the screens on our tools? They had, like, you know, the segment screens, like the one that you have on the old radios on the cars. And instead of that, can we use a phone connected via Bluetooth? Why? Because adding screens to objects is very expensive. So using a screen on another object could save big bucks on the production of the tool. So they asked us, will the user understand if we remove the screen and use an app instead? And we told them, we'll see, let's test it. And that's where we use the design sprint with them. So basically every project, this is the scientific method, in case you didn't notice, is divided in 3 parts. First one is analysis. You understand what is going on and you gather information. The second one is researching if you're missing some information, such as interviewing users, interviewing internal stakeholders, speaking with your parents for consultancy. And the last one is execution. You have to do stuff if you want to make stuff happen. So this was a very quick cycle of feedback for them. And we used the design sprint with them. Those are photos from the workshop in Sedico, where they have the headquarters of the analysis phase. So without knowing if you could remove the screen from the object, you couldn't produce the object, because you might produce an object without a screen, which is not understandable by their users. So I also added a couple of quotes on the next slides about what is design sprint, which I will skip. But at the end, we discovered that, yes, users could understand that. And it took 5 days. How we made that? So you all know what is the design sprint, which is yada yada, produced by Google Ventures and not invented by Belka, apparently. And you know why you want to use a sprint, right? Because building stuff is freaking expensive. So you want to de-risk the whole production, and you want to test your assumption before producing the tools. Speaking about industrial design, this is even more expensive than software development, because imagine taking contacts with a random factory in China that has to send you stuff, and you have to go back and forth from China to actually get the pieces to produce your hardware. For us in Belka, usually expensive means that we spend some months of software developers, which is also something that we don't like to do. But in case of industrial production, this might become a nightmare if you go through errors. So you don't have a second chance most of the time. And that's why sprint is useful. You basically skip the build and launch part, testing with users, and you get the learn part. And then when you're sure that everything is figured out, then you start to actually industrialize the process. So yeah, they were doing power consumption meters. And they wanted to remove the screen. So the story that I'm telling you sounds simple, but something that I learned about industrial design, that it's very complex. It's a field full of specific things that are present only in industrial design. So you need to gather a lot of information before giving any useful tip to them. And so that's what that was something that during the design sprint was very, very useful and very, very quick. Some things that they learned through the sprint. So after confirming that, yes, user can actually use the tool without the screen, what are the things that they learned? The first one is everything can be tested. So we tested a piece of hardware without having the hardware, because we faked the hardware. So the hardware that we tested was actually an empty box, but the users were not able to tell, because they told them, look, it's a prototype, still work in progress, do your thing. and they had to mount the piece of hardware into a rack and actually screw it inside, but it was an empty box, and they didn't notice because all the instructions were on the app. So you can test everything. And we did this during the normal sprint, so it was 5 days. And this is a good segue to the next point, which is one day to build a prototype is more than enough. We did this with software companies. Software is less expensive and less complex than hardware, and this is a fact. But we did this with hardware a couple of times, and it went well. Another thing that is remarkable to me is the amount of information that flows during the sprint. This was a photo during the workshop, and all the post-its are different information and pieces of things that we get to know during the whole activity. And it was amazing to discover like this amount of things in a short time span. Moreover, last day we tested, and talking to users is like always a source of inspiration. You actually know the world from their eyes. I'm not an electrician, someone who works with hardware, so my experience is useless in this field as a feedback, whilst the users know better than me. So them are always better than my personal experience. And also non-designers are top designers during design sprint, meaning that the company that you're working with, while when you can make them participate to the sprint in a proper way, they gave you the best ideas. My favorite story from the design sprint of Carlo Gavazzi was from a guy from the customer support team. He had the best idea, which was the one that went into production, and he's not a designer. He just gave the correct tips and hints, and then we packed all the material and produced the app. So if you're more curious about these things, there's an article that I wrote in 2016 about this experience that you can find on Medium. Just write Giulio Michelon Medium Design Sprint on Google if you don't want to catch the URL. And most of the experience that I told you was from that article. Oh yeah, one last thing, you can do this remotely. We did like 30 or 40 design sprints or workshops during the last 2 years because of the pandemic, and it works. It's all very, very good. So congrats to everyone who was participating to the sprint. I attended to the presentation. I really like the Homer scenario. The first one that Luca also anticipated me was very fun. If you want to keep in touch with me, I'm on Twitter and LinkedIn, posting silly memes most of the time. And also, if you are interested in collaborating with Belka, we are both hiring and searching for customers. So those are the activities you want to reach me for, or just say hello, and I'm very friendly most of the time. So thank you very much for the time, and good luck for all the teams.
Thank you. Thank you, Giulio. Thanks so much. And on one side, thanks a lot for being around the UX challenge since the beginning, because we have put this together along with you as well. And you know, we've been talking a lot about how to make it happen, how to improve it, you know, every year. So thanks a lot to be here.
We also hired a bunch of people from the UX challenge, so yeah, it was
yes,
useful
indeed.
for us as well.
Yes, yeah, that's one of the purpose. Why not? I mean, we're impacting on the territory that way as well. So thank you again. And also thanks for helping us putting into perspective what we're doing today. I mean, the design sprint is one of the main methods that is being used by professionals and companies out there. So this is not just an experiment, what we're doing. This is really serious stuff. Although I must say that in 1 week, you cannot really do design, okay? You can do one iteration on design, but then afterwards a company needs to have proper support from professionals, okay? So the companies must be aware that the results that were provided by the teams has to be the starting point of a further, you know, innovation or design project that needs to be, you know, invested somehow, okay? So make sure you look out there for people that can help you doing that. Be them mentors or solvers or any other partners. Some of them can definitely be researchers in case you wish to investigate more on the context. Okay, so with that said, I will just switch on very briefly my presentation again. with the only purpose of introducing the second expert that with me contributed to evaluate the two final criteria that were used to evaluate the teams. So here is my slide, and I am very glad to have here with us today Alessandra Tedeschi, who is the R&D director of Deep Blue Consulting and Research Company based in Rome. Thanks so much, Alessandra, for being here today, because the role of Alessandra would be to announce who will be the winning team of the 2022 edition of the UX Challenge. To be honest, we have identified not only one winning team, but a podium of 3 teams that really outperformed all the other teams. And also we have a couple of honorable mentions. So with that said, I will now give the floor to Alessandra, also to comment overall on what he has seen so far. Alessandra, mic is yours.
Hello everybody. First of all, I'm really honored to be here in this role as expert and also in the role of announcing the winning teams of this very interesting contest. It was very, very difficult for us to select the winners of this competition because all the teams made a very, very good work. We saw very nice presentations, interactive presentations. The design sprint process was followed very well by all the groups in an effective manner. And we also see really astonishing high quality solutions. Yeah, I'm really, let's say, surprised that students can achieve so high level results in such a short time, just 1 week. It is really tough also for professionals. So really, yeah, I have to compliment all the teams. Said that, as Nicola already announced, we also added 2 honorable mentions because it was very difficult to select the winners and because there were teams that really outperformed on some aspects of their work. So there is a first honorable mention about the most effective presentation, and that goes to the team 4 from PAMA company. So greetings for that.
We cannot do the applauses, unfortunately. If we were like face to face in the same place, you know, at the contamination lab, most likely we would go for a big applause here, but that's just not possible. And apparently it's not possible to use some audio. It's not easy to have audio reproduced via Zoom, but hey, congratulations, team number 4 for the honorable mention for the best presentation.
And then the second honorable mention for the best visual UI design was for team 7, the STARPOOL team. So congratulations to you as well. It was really, really very beautiful UI redesigned. And then we can announce the 3 best teams. So team number 3 was team 6.1 from the Sartori Ambiente Challenge. So congratulations to team 6.1. It was really an interesting work, redesign not only the UI, but the whole service with also the integration in the urban context, a lot of interactivity. And I think this has a real big impact on sustainability and on the whole citizenship. So congratulations for your work.
Congratulations, Team 6.1, as well as Sartori Ambiente for supporting the team, I suppose. I will try to simulate a drum roll for the communication of the first team in the podium. And but let's get now to the second team classified.
It was very tough for us to decide which was the second team and the first team. Yeah, we really had to discuss a bit with Nicola in real time about that. So first of all, I would like to say congratulations to both the teams that I'm almost to announce. And so the second team is Team 4 from PAMA. Oh, really, congratulations. It was really a very, very good work, an impressive work. As we said, a beautiful presentation, perhaps the most effective one. You had also the honorable mention for that, but we appreciated also the detailed and very good analysis of the challenge and how you followed all the steps of the sprint. So congratulations to Team 4.
Congratulations, great job, Team 4, and thanks a lot to PAMA for supporting such a complicated challenge. Now it's time to announce the winner of the 2022 edition of the UX Challenge, and I will go for the drum roll. And I anticipate that we would like to have the solvers and also the mentors and the company of the winning team to switch on their microphones, and also we will give them briefly the floor to comment on this result. Okay, so be ready, everybody, because here is the winning team of the 2022 edition of the UX Challenge, and then the drum roll goes. Can you hear it?
So we are ready to announce the winner of this competition. That is Team 3 from Marangoni Machinery Industries. Ooh. So congratulations to Team 3. It was really a difficult challenge, a complex one, and we really appreciated the level of analysis and the effectiveness of the solutions provided and their innovation level. We also liked a lot the interactive prototype you developed, the short videos you showed us, and we appreciated a lot also the focus on the business goals to derive your design goals. This analysis also with a special focus on the business part with the managers of the company. It was really nice and as integration. And so we really liked how you presented your solution as well.
Thank you very much again, team number 3 and Marangoni Machinery. Thank you so much, Alessandra, for first of all helping us in evaluating the results. It was really helpful to have you participating to the challenge as a jury member. So I will now give the floor to the teammates from team number 3 for a comment on these results. Anybody from team number 3? Either the presenter or anybody else.
Yes, here we are. I think that also my colleagues are here.
Ciao,
we just want to say thank you to our mentor who helped us during this challenge, but also to the company who gave us the possibility of dealing with this very complex product actually, but we are very happy with the results also because the company will actually use this prototype and all the process that we did in order to really improve their situation. So thank you to everyone, also to the organizers and all people who were present today.
Thank you, Ginevra. Thanks so much. And thank you also to the other team members. Nicola De Franceschi, would you like to comment on the results? Nicola?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm really happy for our team, for my victory, but I'm very happy also because they really worked hard. And as you noted, they really focused on understanding the problem. The task, the challenge was really demanding, so they spent a lot of time trying to understand. And I also would like to thank the Marangoni company for being available a lot of time to answer the numerous questions that were during this sprint. So I'm really happy, and I hope that these guys will find a very interesting jobs that really deserve.
Thank you, Nicola. Thanks a lot. You have been around since 2017 as a mentor. Again, we wouldn't be able to do the UX challenge without all the mentors. Thanks a lot to all the mentors again. And thank you, yes, Nicola, for supporting the team, the winning team of this year. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nicola. I also would like to compliment with you, especially, but also with HIT, because it was very tough to make a challenge during these times. And I think you really organized very well and provide all of the tools, all of the support for the teams to realize the best.
That's our job. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. And what else? Daniele Nordio from Marangoni Machinery. Would you like to add something?
I'm so proud, and I have nothing to add. Wonderful event, wonderful team, and I'm very happy, really happy. Thank you to everybody.
Good. Thank you, Daniele, and all the team at Marangoni Machinery. So now, of course, is the starting point for all the companies to invest more on these results, either for maturing them or for industrializing them, or for further inquiring and investigating on the context and on what could be the potential solutions. And to make that possible, I announce that along with the Department of Cognitive Psychology at the University of Trento, we have recently designed a follow-up activities for the UX challenge, meaning that all the companies that will be willing to keep on working on this challenge will have the opportunity to do so for 2 more months. Okay, we do that because we know that 1 week is not enough to tackle, these kind of problems. So you will have the opportunities, but also other companies not necessarily involved in the UX challenge, to submit an application for providing your challenge or maybe other challenges to a team of students that will work on the challenge for 2 months in the context of one specific course at the University of Trento, involving some of the solvers that you have seen today. Not for 1 week, but for 2 months, meaning starting probably in 2 weeks from now. So the opportunity is for now and until the end of May. Okay, so that is the news that we have announced now, because we have been developing this opportunity with the University of Trento and with Professor Zancanaro and Professor Bustolon basically last week. I mean, not only last week, but we ultimated it last week. So I will tell more about these opportunities to all the companies via email, possibly on Monday. And with that said, let me just thank again everyone. I will stop my presentation now. Again, thanks to all first of all, the solvers that undertook the challenge. Thanks to all the mentors that provided crucial support to the teams. Thanks to all the companies that not only trusted the HIT and all the solvers in what the challenge could deliver to them, but also invested time and effort in supporting the teams across the week. A special thanks goes to my colleagues at HIT, First of all, Daniele Pierre Castellan, who has been a valuable and crucial support to organize and to execute the UX challenge, and not only that UX challenge. So thanks a lot, Daniele. Outstanding job from your side, but also thank you to all my colleagues at HIT that you haven't known today, but contribute substantially to the preparation of the UX challenge. So that is all from my side. I will be in touch with you all also for evaluating, you know, for gaining a feedback about the initiative from you. And I hope to see you all next year. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.